Today, Taehyung and Jungkook ready to shake the world. Army flood Seoul since dawn. Seoul, South Korea, this morning feels different. Even before the sun fully rose behind the towering skyline, waves of people had already filled the streets. They came from every corner of the world, united by one purpose: to witness a historic moment led by two global icons, Kim Taehyung and Jungkook. In the heart of Seoul, the atmosphere since dawn has transformed into a sea of purple, the symbolic color of the BTS army. Streets once filled with ordinary morning routines are now echoing with chants, songs, and overwhelming anticipation. No one truly knows what will happen today. No official spoilers. No confirmed set list. And that mystery? It only fuels the excitement. Army waves take over the city. By 4:30 a.m. local time, long lines had already formed around the main venue. Some fans admitted they had been waiting since midnight. "I didn't sleep at all," said a fan from Japan, her voice trembling with excitement. This isn't just a concert. It feels like history in the making. Fans held banners filled with emotion. "Taehyung forever. We waited for this moment. The world stops for you today." As classic songs from BTS played through speakers brought by fans, thousands began singing in unison. The sound spread like a wave, turning the entire area into a living, breathing chorus. Rising speculation: what will they reveal? Over the past week, both Korean and international media have been buzzing with theories. Many are calling this the most mysterious comeback stage in K-pop history. Some believe Taehyung and Jungkook will debut a brand new track. Others speculate a completely unscripted performance, no choreography, no structured flow, just raw interaction. If they really go unscripted, this could redefine live performances, one entertainment analyst stated. This isn't just a show, it's an emotional experiment on stage, a different aura upon arrival. At exactly 7:10 a.m., the atmosphere shifted dramatically. Screams erupted from a distance. Cameras immediately turned toward a single point. A black vehicle arrived. When the door opened, time seemed to pause. Kim Taehyung stepped out first. His presence was calm yet commanding, what many fans describe as a captain-like aura, silent, powerful, in complete control. Seconds later, Jungkook followed. In contrast, Jungkook radiated explosive energy, intense, electric, almost unstoppable. Together, they created something impossible to ignore. "This isn't just visuals," one fan whispered through tears. "It's energy, like two different worlds colliding." The moment that stopped hearts. As they walked toward the backstage entrance, something unexpected happened. Taehyung suddenly stopped. He turned toward the crowd and smiled. The reaction? Pure emotional explosion. Screams, tears, even fans dropping to their knees, overwhelmed. The moment lasted only seconds, but it felt eternal. Jungkook casually tapped Taehyung's shoulder, afterward a small gesture that instantly sparked massive speculation online. That interaction felt so real, one major fanbase posted. No script, no filter, just them. Global media turns its eyes to Seoul. This event has drawn massive international attention. Media outlets from around the world are covering it live, calling it a cultural moment beyond music, because what's happening today goes far beyond performance. It's about a connection years in the making between artists and fans. The mystery of an unscripted stage. What makes today even more intriguing is the strong rumor. There is no script, no MC, no cue cards, no fixed sequence, just Taehyung, just Jungkook, and thousands of ARMY. If true, everything that happens on stage will be decided in real time. This could be their most honest performance ever, a critic noted, or the most chaotic. But that's exactly what makes it powerful. ARMY speaks. We're ready for anything. Interestingly, fans don't seem worried about what will happen. "We don't need perfection," said a fan from Indonesia. "We just want to see them being themselves." That statement reflects something deeper, a bond that goes far beyond the expectations of the entertainment industry. Countdown to history. As noon approached, tension reached its peak. Giant screens lit up. Background music turned cinematic. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8. Thousands of voices echoed together. 7, 6, 5. Some fans were already crying before anything even started. 4, 3, 2. And just before 1, the screen went black. Silence. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3. Then a voice. A voice everyone recognized instantly. Are you ready? It was Jungkook. And in that instant, the entire venue erupted into pure hysteria. What happens next? No one is truly prepared for what comes after. Because today is not just a performance. It's a moment. A memory. A turning point. And one thing is certain. When Taehyung and Jungkook stand together on that stage, the world doesn't just watch. The world feels. The darkness didn't last long. A single spotlight cut through the silence, illuminating the center of the stage. The air felt heavier, almost electric, as thousands held their breath at the same time. Then a silhouette appeared, tall, still, unmoving. It was Taehyung. No music yet. No dramatic entrance. Just presence. And somehow, that was enough to send the entire crowd into a frenzy. Moments later, a second spotlight snapped on. Standing across from Jungkook. No words were exchanged at first. They simply looked at each other from opposite sides of the stage. The tension between them felt almost cinematic, like the opening scene of something far bigger than a concert. No music. Just voices. Then, unexpectedly, Taehyung took a step forward. No instrumental. No backing track. He began to sing softly. Raw, unfiltered, completely live. The crowd immediately fell silent. His voice carried across the venue, fragile yet powerful, as if every note held a piece of something deeply personal. It wasn't a song anyone recognized. No one could sing along. And that made it even more emotional. Seconds later, Jungkook joined in, not overpowering, but blending. 2 voices. No music. Perfectly imperfect. Fans began to cry not because of choreography or visuals, but because of the honesty in that moment. This is different, a fan whispered, barely able to hold back tears. The first shock breaking the format. Just when the audience thought they understood the tone, everything changed. The beat dropped. Suddenly, lights exploded across the stage. Screens ignited, and a powerful instrumental kicked in. Jungkook moved first sharp, precise, explosive. Taehyung followed fluid, controlled, magnetic. The transition was so abrupt, so intense, that the crowd erupted again, this time louder than ever before. From silence to chaos. From stillness to fire. This is insane, a media reporter shouted over the noise. They're breaking every rule of performance structure. An unscripted conversation on stage. Midway through the performance, something even more unexpected happened. The music stopped. No warning. Jungkook laughed. A real laugh. Not rehearsed. Not staged. He looked at Taehyung and said, "Should we just talk?" The crowd froze, then screamed. Taehyung smirked slightly before replying, "Why not? They've waited long enough." What followed wasn't a performance. It was a conversation. Real, spontaneous, unfiltered. They talked about their journey. About the pressure. About the silence between releases. About how much they missed this exact moment. At one point, Jungkook admitted, "I was nervous today. Not because of the stage, but because I didn't know how I'd feel standing here again." The arena went completely quiet. Then Taehyung responded softly, "You don't have to know. You just have to be here." That line alone sent shockwaves across social media within seconds. ARMY's emotional breaking point. Fans were no longer just cheering. They were crying, hugging strangers, holding their light sticks tighter than ever. Some were seen kneeling, overwhelmed by the emotional weight of what they were witnessing. "This feels like closure and a new beginning at the same time," said one fan through tears. The performance evolves in real time. Without any cue, Jungkook suddenly ran toward the extended stage, hyping up the crowd with pure energy. Taehyung followed at a slower pace, locking eyes with fans, waving, connecting almost individually. The difference in their styles became the highlight itself. Jungkook, explosive, unpredictable, electric. Taehyung, calm, deep, captivating. Together they created a balance that felt almost unreal. A moment that broke the internet. Then came the moment no one saw coming. During a high-energy segment, Jungkook pulled Taehyung closer, whispering something into his ear. Taehyung's reaction? He laughed. Not a small smile, an actual laugh. The kind fans rarely see on stage. Within seconds, clips of that moment flooded social media worldwide. Hashtags began trending instantly. Hashtag take a cleave. Hashtag unscripted stage. Hashtag this is history. Global impact in real time. Streaming platforms reported record-breaking live viewership. Fans from countries like Indonesia, Brazil, the United States, and France were watching simultaneously, flooding comment sections with emotional reactions. "This doesn't feel like a concert," one viewer wrote. "It feels like we're inside their story." The final build-up. As the performance neared its final segment, the lights dimmed once more. But this time, the silence felt different. Heavier. More meaningful. Taehyung stood at the center again. Jungkook beside him. No choreography. No movement. Just presence. Jungkook looked at the crowd and asked, "Do you trust us?" A deafening roar answered him. Taehyung then added quietly, "Then stay with us. Until the very end. What happens next will define everything." The music begins again, slow, emotional, unfamiliar. A new song. Unreleased. Unannounced. And as the first note plays, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just a performance anymore. This is a statement. A message. A turning point not only for BTS, but for the entire global music scene. And as Kim Taehyung and Chen Jungkook begin to sing together once more, the world doesn't just listen. The world changes with them.